training of trainers, nail technology, and fashion design. With branches in Nairobi, Thika, Meru, Eldoret, and now in Mombasa, our courses ensure that learners are completely equipped with knowledge, competency, and employability skills. Enroll today to be a part of a center of excellence.
Right. Welcome back to Biashara Tuesday. Asante sana for tuning in and staying and sticking with us. I see here on Twitter a lot of us interacting, and on WhatsApp. I will read your comments, guys. Don't go too far, please, and don't get tired of sending in your feedback and comments and any questions that you might have. Here, I am joined by one Grace Ndethi, who is the head bank reconciliation at Kenyatta University. She's currently looking forward to joining the staff retirement benefits scheme as a trustee of the non-teaching staff here at Kenyatta University. We're going to understand how this staff retirement benefit scheme works, especially if you're a KU non-teaching staff and you're watching this. Usiguze your remote, just leave it and get to hear exactly what she can do for you once she becomes, of course, the trustee at that staff retirement benefit scheme. But before I get into all the benefits and the kind of improvement she's looking forward to making in this retirement benefit scheme, let's get to hear from her presence at Kenyatta University, how it's been like being part of the non-teaching staff, and then we can segue into this staff retirement benefit scheme. Miss Grace, you're welcome to the show. I'll allow you to introduce and we can delve much more into this retirement benefit scheme.
Good morning, viewers. My name is Grace Wangoi Deve. I work at Kenyatta University. I joined in 2011 as an internal auditor, later transferred to finance department when internal audit was split into two. I was in voucher examination section, which is a section in finance department. Then I went to imprest and control section, where I stayed for about 5 years. And later I've been transferred to bank reconciliation. I am the head bank reconciliation, and I'm happy to be here.
We're very happy to have you here as well. Yeah. Looks like finance is your key focus.
I have done, I'm a certified public accountant of Kenya. I have done an undergraduate degree in accounting. And I've done a master's in strategic management. So I'm an accountant by profession.
Right, yeah. And that's those are great qualifications for someone who wants to be a trustee.
Yes.
At for the non-teaching staff. Now, let's begin with the straight-on staff retirement benefit scheme. I'm aware that this happens in different institutions, and some might not even be having a retirement benefit scheme. Maybe for those who are in other institutions and want to set up theirs, what is the importance of such a staff retirement benefit scheme, as you've noticed for the length that you have been at Kenyatta University? What kind of advantages has it been able to offer the non-teaching staff?
The Retirement Benefits Authority is not only for non-teaching staff, it's also for teaching staff. It's only that when we are getting into the scheme, there are members who represent teaching staff, others represent non-teaching staff, so that they are able to be in the board. And so if you're a permanent staff in KU, you automatically become eligible to be a member of the pension scheme. Yeah, it is managed by the Retirement Benefits Authority, and institutions manage theirs differently. Like Kenyatta University, we have ours. Other institutions like University of Nairobi, TSC have it. Most of the government institutions have them. I don't know how private institutions go about it, but I'm sure the rules are there from the Retirement Benefits Authority. Yeah.
What benefits now have the teaching and non-teaching staff been able to realize from this KU Retirement Benefits Scheme?
Basically, Retirement Benefits Authority scheme takes care of us when we retire, because we get deducted some money that goes to the scheme. The employer gives us a percentage of the money that goes to the scheme. That money is invested. At the end of the day, when you're going home, there's some money you'll get in lump sum, and there's some money that you'll get every month until you die. Yeah, so that's how it benefits, because now, when you go home, you don't have a salary. That is all you depend on.
All right.
Yeah.
What's the percentage of those remittances from your salary to the scheme?
An employee is deducted 10% of his or her basic salary. The employer gives 20%.
Okay.
Yeah, so it is 30% that goes to the scheme.
All right.
Yeah.
And now you are coming in, of course, trying to be a trustee on this board. Definitely, aside from the benefits that are currently there are improvements that you are looking forward to making in this retirement benefit scheme. Maybe not to say that it's not fully effective, but of course we can always get better. How do you feel like it can get better now for this staff?
For the many years I've been KU, I've realized so many people don't know what happens in pension. Even those who are going next year, if you talk to them, they are not sure what has been happening to their money, how much they expect to get at the end of the day. So one of the issues I want to tackle when I become a trustee is to educate members. And how do you educate members? There are various ways we can educate members with. We can have open forums where we sit down, listen to especially people from Retirement Benefits Authority, because they are the ones who make those policies. They come and let us understand these policies were made because of ABCD. And us, we will be able to ask them questions. And they will be able to make us understand why those policies are there and how they are going to benefit us. Number two, we can invite retired members of staff who are on the ground. Nasikianga mambo kwa ground ni tofauti sana. So we might be planning here about things that might not work when we get there. But when we invite members who have retired, who would be willing to come and talk to us and tell us, if I were in your shoes now, I would be able to do ABCD. Then that way, when we hear it from people who are there, that is out of experience, in a way they have been there, they know what is happening, then we'll be able to understand better. The other way, we can create a website whereby we put as much information as possible about Retirement Benefits Authority, what happens, how we can invest. I'm sure there are ways, even as a person, I can invest apart from the money that KU is giving me. And also let members know this is how you can operate this website. If you have a question, you can ask. We put as much information as possible.
Right.
Number two, we have money that has not been remitted. If money is not remitted, it means you don't have interest, because it will just lie with the employer. If it is not remitted, it means if your money is 10,000, you just go home with 10,000. But if money is remitted to the Benefits Authority, it means it will be invested and be able to take home something better. We can work on a medical cover for people who are retired. We retire at 60. That is when the body is tired, the diseases are coming, they're attacking the body. We can work on how, when people are retiring, how they can get a medical cover, so that they are well taken care of.
So you're saying currently there's not provision for that kind of medical cover?
It is there, but people don't know about it.
Okay.
So when I get there, I will be able to advise people. Are we supposed to start saving early? Are we supposed to just give a lump sum when we are going home. And when you give small, it's better than when you give it as a lump sum. So we'll find out what is happening to the medical cover, and we'll educate people about it. Yeah.
All right. Is there another way we can get to see how it improves?
Mostly education.
That's what's
education.
lacking.
Yes, education. Because information is power. Once you get to know, once you invite people more often to sit and talk, they will also give us their views.
All right.
Yeah.
Does this work parallel to maybe we know that the country has the NSSF that is managed by the national government. Do they work and also still under the Retirement Benefits Authority? Do these two work together, or are they separate?
They are separate because NSSF is managed by the government, whereby an employee's money is deducted and it's sent to the NSSF offices, and also my deduction and the employer's deduction is sent to the NSSF. But retirement pensions schemes are managed by individual institutions. Yeah.
Right.
So if I want to claim my NSSF, I go to the NSSF offices. If I want to claim my pensions money, I go to KU pension office. Yeah.
I see now how it works.
Yes. I also want to inform people about forms that they should fill for beneficiaries in case I die. Who should benefit from my
what you've been remitting to the pension
Yes, because
scheme.
we find most of the time we are reluctant to fill those forms, and death comes anytime. And when it happens, you find that your brothers, your sisters are all coming to get your money, and maybe they are not helping you, and maybe your wife is left desperate with no money. So it's good to make sure we fill those forms. When you change destinations, if you're not married, if you get married, go and update your data.
Right.
Yeah.
Great. So now, Grace Ndethi, you are looking for an opportunity to become a trustee on that particular board. So maybe we can get to hear when are these elections happening, and then for the people who like to vote you in, what exactly should they be having in mind as they go to that ballot?
The elections will be on Thursday, 8th. It's the day after tomorrow. It will happen at Bishop Square. If you're non-teaching member of staff and you're permanent and pensionable, please come from 10 to 3 at Bishop Square.
Right.
Yeah.
10 to 3, and they get to vote. To vote for you.
Yes, please come and vote for me. I've done a research and I've realized that we don't have gender equality in that board. It's a board of 8 members, and they are all men. So maybe we need a lady there, so that even the Constitution talks about gender equality. We can have a blend of something to do with the gender.
Right. Yeah. Gender balance is actually a very big conversation we are having, even as we are currently in 16 days of activism against gender-based violence as well. So it's important that we have all genders represented, even in the case of getting to address even other gender-based issues that are apart from the pension.
Yes.
Right.
I would also want to let members know, I know we had a meeting on 26th of November. We're supposed to get our allowances, and the systems that we're using can be improved. Instead of us money being withdrawn from the bank and it is given from the desk, we can liaise with Canvarsity. We are all Canvarsity members. They can have our accounts. Money can be deposited into our accounts instead of us going to queue. In fact, you can imagine 2,500 members queuing to get allowances. It is very risky.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when I get there, if you give me a chance to vote to work for you, I'll make sure that some of those issues are worked on.
Right.
Yeah.
Securing your benefits for a great retirement. That is, of course, the theme that we're going by here, even as you head down to those elections. Some of the things you've mentioned there, rightfully, of course, even including technology in how this is handled, getting a website to ensure that, they get the necessary information on how it works, working on having non-remittances remitted, training the members, education, as you said, a very key factor in how they are aware of how they handle their retirement benefits, and also even the next of kin, the beneficiaries of their retirement pension, and also medical cover. As you said there, of course, after retirement, it's important that your health is also taken care of by the remittances that you made. Thank you very much, Grace, for coming through.
Thank you for having me.
I think I'll give you see how they allow politicians to say a last a last statement directly to the audience.
Yes.
I'm going to give you that camera to do a political move, and then we can close that conversation.
I'm not a politician. I've never been a politician, but I'm requesting Kenyatta University non-teaching staff members of staff who are permanent and pensionable, please come and vote for me on 8th of December. It is Thursday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Bishop Square. And I'll be grateful, and I promise to work for you.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much also for coming through. This has been Biashara Tuesday, of course, having conversations. Now we can empower the youth, the non-teaching staff in the community around us. And also, remember, we already had a discussion on GBV at the workplace with staff from Kenyatta University. Today has been quite an interesting discussion all through from 7 in the morning. And I've seen all of you guys online. Maybe I can mention you guys real quick, seeing that it's 9:57 in the morning and we're about to close up the show. Just a big shout out to one Dr. Mburia, PhD on Twitter, for tuning in to the show, and some watching Grace Ndethi on the show. La Patron Boina, that is Emperor Shaker, that's his other pseudonym huko pale Twitter. Asante sana for tuning in to the show. I see here Ismail Abdallah, Mutua Brian also tuning in to the show. Gigi's Naji, asante sana msanii Naji for tuning in to this show. Tash Mitambo, I am Mitambo, anasema Richard Okenya doing his thing. Asante sana for tuning in from Ruiru CBD. See here also Puxi de Sauvage, or Atsi Ateta. You guys have interesting names, and thank you also for tuning in to the show. Guys who are non-teaching and teaching staff here at Kenyatta University, remember on Thursday that voting is happening. Ensure that you show up at the ballot, and if you are going through the list of names and see Grace Ndethi, make sure that you tick against her name for the trustee of non-teaching, and triangulate results, and we'll be very happy for you because all those all those promises that she's giving out are important for all the staff, especially the non-teaching staff that she is looking forward to representing on that board. Asante sana. And for the rest of the audience, remember to tune in to the rest of KUTV Rise today, Kesho, WCW, Nina Gikunda in the morning, and then Thursday, Ojong Mariam on Throwback Show. Friday, Emperor Shaker on Team Weekendies Entertainment. Friday, alafu Monday, Karen Blessing is still back, and we're happy to have her. She was here yesterday. She'll be back on Monday on Art and Culture Monday. Alafu mimi nitakuja hapa kufanya Biashara Tuesday. From the whole team that has been here behind the scenes, on the transmission desk, in the gallery, in the camera room, and my producer and director, Ryan Ngure, we are very grateful for you guys for always tuning into our shows. Make sure that you always do that. And if you want to have breakfast in bed, sleep in the kitchen. I'll see you.